John Elliott was born on May 16, 1820, in Scott County, Virginia, to John Lyle and Jane Ritchie Elliott. Elliott's family moved to Kentucky when he was young. They settled in the area of Morgan, Lawrence, and Carter counties. Elliott's father was elected to the Kentucky General Assembly and rose to prominence in the area. Elliott was educated in the local public schools. He studied law and began practicing in Prestonsburg, Kentucky. Elliott followed in his father's footsteps and was elected to the Kentucky House of Representatives by Johnson, Floyd, and Pike counties in 1847. He married Sarah Jane Smith on September 25, 1848. He was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in 1853 and served until 1859. He returned to practice law, but was elected again to represent Floyd County in the Kentucky House in 1861. Elliott was pro-slavery. He did not inherit slaves, but he did enslave people throughout his life. He supported neutrality, but after the General Assembly adjourned in 1861, Elliott sided with the Confederacy. He helped organize support for the Confederacy in eastern Kentucky. He was indicted for treason and expelled from the Kentucky General Assembly in December 1861. Elliott then joined the Confederate state of Kentucky and was part of the Russellville Conventions in Logan County, Kentucky. He also served in the First and Second Confederate Congresses in Richmond, Virginia. After the war, Elliott moved to Owensville, Kentucky. He served as circuit judge of the 13th District from 1868 to 1874. He moved to Catlettsburg and was elected to be judge of the 1st Appellate District. On March 26, 1879, Thomas Buford, a judge from Henry County, Kentucky, met Elliott and Thomas Hines. Buford confronted Elliott about a ruling he had made dealing with his late sister's case. Buford shot Elliott point blank and Elliott died. Buford turned himself in and was found guilty in an Owen County courthouse. Buford appealed and was found not guilty by reason of insanity. He was committed to the Central Kentucky Insane Asylum in Anchorage, Kentucky. Buford escaped in 1882 but turned himself back in 2 years later and then died in 1885. I hope you've enjoyed learning about John Elliott. He was a unique politician of Kentucky because of his service for the Union and Confederacy. With his sudden death, it is hard to say what kind of impact he would have had if he had lived longer. Elliott County, the 114th county of Kentucky, was named after John Elliott. Or was it? It is debated whether the county is named after John Lyle Elliott or his son, John Milton Elliott. With the timing of the county being named, 1869, and Kentucky's support for the Confederacy after the war, it would make sense that the General Assembly would name a county after one of its most prominent Southern sympathizers, John Milton Elliott. Or maybe they named it after his father. Don't forget to try out audibletrial.com/kyhistorypod to get a free book of your choosing. If you'd like to support the channel, check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/kyhistorypod. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification button for more Kentucky history content. Find us on these social media platforms and check out the Kentucky History Podcast on these podcast platforms for more in-depth history of Kentucky. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.